want this on video?
I'm pulling. I'm mad enough to keep pulling.
Your neighbors are gonna see you pointing a gun at me.
If you believe justice still works swiftly and cleanly, think again.
I'm ready to go. Drop your phone.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Okay. All right, goodbye, Reese. Nice to know you. You gonna meet Jesus.
Subscribe here for updates on how one suburban argument in Spring, Texas exploded into a crime so raw it left a family shattered, a community stunned, and a legal system questioning its own response. On December 6, 2021, what seemed like routine gunshots turned into the brutal murder of Patricia Birmingham, shot dead in broad daylight by her husband Carey after an emotional meltdown of betrayal and rage. Sometimes the hardest truths hide behind everyday normalcy. For the Birminghams, outward appearances masked a growing chasm. Carey Birmingham, 60, and Patricia Birmingham, 48, lived in an upscale neighborhood of Spring, Texas. Suburban, stable, quiet. Friends and neighbors described them as regular, respectable, unremarkable in a good way. Yet beneath the surface lay marital tensions that bubbled for years. One neighbor's rushed 911 call complaining of gunfire unleashed what lay dormant: betrayal, rage, fear, memory.
Harris County 911, what is the location of your emergency?
I'm in Twin Locks, and we heard a loud, like 3 pops, bang, bang, bang. So we went outside, and I looked, and I see somebody is laying on their back, and it looks like they've got blood on her chest and blood coming out of her mouth.
The driveway scene wasn't just crime, it was the violent punctuation of a story gone horribly off script. The confrontation lasted about 30 minutes. A half hour of shouting, doors slamming, dashing back and forth between the garage and house. Investigators recovered audio from Patricia's cell phone. It captured the escalation in chilling detail. Angry exclamations, taunts, "I am done, you're done too."
You really want this on video?
I'm pulling. I'm mad enough to keep pulling.
Your neighbors are gonna see you pointing a gun at me.
And then furthermore, he checks his firearm to see whether or not the action is on safety or not, to manipulate the firearm to make sure it's in a position to where it can be fired.
I'm ready to go. Drop your phone.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Okay. All right, goodbye, Reese. Nice to know you.
Minutes before the chaos spilled into the driveway, the route, Carey's discovery of Patricia's alleged affair. The weight of betrayal cracked something open. You could see the classic trigger pattern for intimate partner homicide: humiliation, loss of control, rage. Carey confronted Patricia in the driveway. She reportedly wielded a shotgun, filming the exchange while wrapped in a bathrobe. A fierce moment of, "You have this on tape. What are you going to do about it?" The camera became part of the threat, part of the evidence, part of her last stand. Cameras captured Carey telling Patricia, "You're going to meet Jesus." Then, 3 gunshots. He had a shotgun, she had her phone. The setting, their own driveway. Broad daylight. The daughter was at school. The fight spilled into view of the neighborhood. Patricia fell. Carey was still standing. The chilling, calm post-blast sealed the horror. Investigators found the weapon, a Benelli shotgun, inside the house. Forensic shells matched it to the scene. Patricia's cell phone, blood-stained, lay atop water bottles in the garage. The evidence painted a messy picture, not just murder, but a domestic meltdown. A microdrama of a relationship unraveling at high speed. In modern crime, the camera never lies, but it doesn't always tell the whole truth. Here, surveillance footage and the phone's audio became central. The neighbor's property recorded Patricia, in a robe, fleeing Carey with phone in hand. That video exposed raw confrontation rather than stain-free narration. The phone's audio recorded 30 to 40 minutes of argument starting around 9:58 a.m., giving context beyond the 20-second shooting clip. Prosecutors argued the former. Defense pitched the latter. In March 2024, a Harris County court impaneled an all-female jury, an unusual composition. They heard the evidence, the footage, the audio, the family testimony. The prosecutor asked for 20 years. The jury returned a 10-year sentence, with eligibility for parole after 5 years. Many found the sentence shockingly low. Defense attorney Anthony Osso admitted they declined to justify Carey's actions, but aimed to explain why he did it. Heat of the moment, betrayal, a collapse of control. The verdict sparked outrage. Family members spoke of injustice, of viewing their sister's execution on video, of emotional and financial abuse that predated the shooting. Olivia, the couple's daughter, said, "I lost both parents that day. My dad died that day too, because the person who did that to my mom and my father aren't the same person." The family's grief became public purgatory, watching cameras show the moment of death, watching courts reduce it to numbers and years. The case unfolds as a chilling reflection of domestic homicide dynamics, where emotional fracture meets cultural conditioning. Research shows such murders often arise from spirals of jealousy, insecurity, and entitlement, all amplified by easy access to weapons. Carey's unraveling, triggered by humiliation and perceived betrayal, fits that mold. Patricia's defiance and courage complicate the narrative, revealing how resistance can provoke volatility. Beneath suburban calm, unseen abuse festers. Olivia's account of control and fear exposes the hidden ecosystem of manipulation that precedes tragedy. Once the video went viral, the public watched Carey's "you're going to meet Jesus" moment like a horror clip. Some viewers saw it as unforgivable. Others, given the 10-year sentence, saw a system that underpunishes. Comments online ranged from outrage, 10 years, are you kidding, to bewilderment about why the jury opted for leniency. The jury composition raised further questions. An all-female jury acquitted sympathy or saw something others did not. Should emotional context mitigate murder? Many say no. The victim is dead. Motive may not matter. Yet law and society still wrestle with whether passion reduces punishment. The Birmingham case reopened that debate. Ethically, the case forces us to ask, can betrayal ever justify murder? Number. Legally, it forces a re-examination of heat-of-the-moment defenses. Texas law allows lesser grades for killings with reduced intent, but the phrase, crime of passion, too often becomes easy cover. Should the recorded video, uncool, methodical, fit sudden passion? Many say the term fails. The sentencing raises equity issues. If a man murders his spouse, is justice served within 10 years? What message does that send to victims of domestic attacks, to survivors, to society watching? Critics argue the system undervalues female victims, and the myth of loss of control can dilate the culpability gap. For attorneys and reformers, the case is a teachable moment. Ensure clear guidelines for when emotion mitigates versus when it obscures accountability. Fund early intervention for domestic tension. Support victims before violence becomes irreversible. Preventing tragedies like this requires more than sympathy. It demands systemic vigilance. Early, transparent intervention is vital. Therapy addressing control, jealousy, and emotional abuse, not just communication gaps. Financial dominance must be treated as a warning sign. Communities must dismantle the illusion that comfort equals safety. Legal institutions need deeper sensitivity training to flag emotional manipulation. Prevention starts in conversation, families, friends, neighbors listening before violence erupts. Every unspoken warning is a missed chance to rewrite the ending. Spring, Texas, once serene and suburban, was jolted awake. The Birmingham case stripped away the illusion of safety, showing that violence thrives even in quiet streets. Calls to hotlines surged, neighbors questioned their silence, and fear rippled beneath manicured lawns. The viral footage turned grief into reckoning, forcing the community to confront a brutal truth. Danger doesn't always look like danger until it's too late. This case exposes deep cultural fractures, how men are taught to handle betrayal, how women are encouraged or silenced to speak against emotional harm. Society often frames jealousy as proof of love, not danger. That myth feeds tragedy. We need masculinity reshaped through empathy, emotional education, and conflict management. In a world of lonely marriages and suppressed pain, the lesson must evolve. Healing outranks revenge. Strength means restraint, not dominance, not destruction. In the wake of Patricia Birmingham's death, the world saw more than a murder. It saw a breakdown of trust, identity, relationship, justice, and community. The question isn't only how one man pulled a trigger, it's how decades of silent cracks turned a driveway argument into a bullet's echo. Carrie Birmingham stands behind bars for at least 10 years, but the sentence cannot measure the years of grief ahead, the daughter's heartbreak, or the community's shaken sense of safety. Thanks for watching. Hope you found the Patricia Birmingham case as gripping as it was tragic. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode of our true crime series. Can't wait to see you next time. Stay curious and stay aware, because the next story is just as shocking.